Hey everybody, Riley here again. If you hadn't had a chance to watch the first video in this series, make sure you check that out so you just kind of know what we've covered in that one before we dive into this one. That way you're just a little bit more up to date. Okay everybody, I've got my Final Rise vest here. This is the one I carry with me in the field. I'm going to show you what tools I carry with me, where I carry them in my vest in case I encounter any of these traps so I can safely remove my dog. All right everybody, I'm sure you're all well aware of the great aspects of these vests. If you do say unfortunately get your dog caught in one of these traps, they're injured, can't make it out. You know, with the way they've designed these, this back panel folds down, you're able to place your dog in here to safely carry them out of the field. Okay, so I'm gonna show you where I carry my tools in my vest here. Just a few simple ones that will help you get your dog out of any of these traps. So on my vest, I carry an extra shoelace. This can be used for compressing the springs on this trap. If you don't have one of these, you can remove a boot lace to serve the same purpose. Okay, so I got two things here. I got a Leatherman. I mostly carry this for porcupines, so I have a pair of pliers in case my dog gets into one. These are not necessarily the best things for cutting through cable. They can get it done, but let's face it, when it comes to snares, if that is tied around your dog's neck, you want to get that removed as quickly as possible, and this is going to be your best option to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to show here the difference between just a normal pair of Leathermans with some cutters and these ones on how they cut through a snare. So you heard it crunch and it's still not through all the way. There's a reason why I carry these instead. If my dog is caught in this snare, I want to get it off them as quickly as possible. You just pop these out and it's that quick. So as you can see, this is absolutely the best thing that you can have with you compared to some Leathermans. Like I said, this can get the job done, but when time is of the essence, get in there, get that cable cut. These are cheap. I think I got these at a local hardware store for like $5. They're small, they fit in my pocket, inside of my vest there perfectly. It's cheap insurance. Okay, so the shoelace, really simple tool to have. Basically what we're using this for is to give us leverage. On these kill traps, these conibears, you have these big, strong springs. You can compress them a little bit, but why not have a tool that's gonna help you with that? And I can just show you a real simple way on how you can use a boot lace, an extra piece of rope, whatever you might have with you, or even a dog leash that you might be carrying with you to help set these springs to get this trap open. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is you have your spring here, you have an eyelet here, and an eyelet here that goes around this trap. Basically, all we're doing is we're going to go through one eyelet, go through the other one. I have a loop tied here on the end. This goes over my toe or the front of my boot for me to step on. I am then going to take the other part of this, come around, come through the eyelet from this side, back through this side. Now what I've created and got here is we've gone through both sides of this. So with this part being on my foot and me holding the trap like this and pulling up on this string, it's going to compress that to where we can get this safety catch back on this other side and then repeat the same process on the other side to compress these springs, open up the trap and get it off of our dog. Okay, so foothold traps, super simple. You don't need any special tools. You don't need to carry anything special with you. If it's a foothold trap, a small one like this, that's going to be used for coyote, fox, basically all you're doing is when your dog's foot is caught in there like this, your dog is going to be wanting to move around. Calm your dog down, get him to sit if you can or whoa, and basically all you're doing is you're grabbing these levers that are on the side and you're pulling down. And what that does is it loosens those jaws now to where they'll open up and your dog will be able to pull his foot out safely. My recommendation is after that happens, grab your dog's foot, just check the pad. Most of the time on these traps, there's not going to be anything cut or broken. It's just going to be pinching, but always check your dog's feet after you remove them these just to make sure that they're good to go. So on this long spring trap, a little bit different animal than a coil spring. All of your power is coming from this long spring that's right here. Basically what you're doing is you're compressing this spring so that you can open up these jaws and get your dog's foot out. And you can basically step on them to squish that down, or some of these smaller ones you can even just do by hand. It opens up the jaws dog's foot comes right out. Okay, this is a bobcat trap. Obviously you can see it's a little bit bigger than what we have for coyotes and fox. These are also used for coyotes as well too. Mostly you can see the jaw size. This is gonna be for a bigger foot, like on a bobcat. I've caught a couple mountain lions in these before. Obviously they will work for coyotes as well too. This one is different for the fact that this is called a 4-coil. So if you look right here on the bottom, it's easier to see, you have these 4 coils. That is where all your power, holding power and spring power come from, as compared to a normal trap where you only have the 2 coils. So now you only have these 2 coils that hook to the springs or to the levers that give it the power. So on these 4 coils, you are gonna have a hard time trying to push down and get this with your bare hands. You're gonna wanna get it on a flat surface, get your dog to calm down, hold still. You can try to push it down like that. It does take some strength, but once you do, you can see how easy those jaws open right up. Your dog can get its foot out. If you cannot get the strength with your hands and your arms, granted, I've been doing this for a long time, get that on the ground. You can step on this with your feet and push down just enough, because it's not going to take a lot for that to open up for your dog to get its feet out of. Hey you guys, thanks for watching this YouTube series on traps and how to successfully remove your dog from them in the field. We showed you a few simple steps, some tools that you can carry in your final rise vest, and we hope you have a safe and successful hunting season, and we'll see you in the next one.